Hi everybody, here's Christian from the Teamwork Cast. My anime. My anime.
Bounce. Bouncity bounce, bounce like a Tigrex.
Tigrex bounces?
Yeah.
Oh right, like a tiger.
Yep.
Tigrex.
Tigrex.
Oh, Tigrex, welcome to... Oh, it's my daughter again. Welcome to Let's Play of Monster Hunter Generations, which is now a Let's Play of Monster Hunter Double Cross on the Switch, people in chat. Although people always comment in chat and ask, is this on the Switch? Yes, it's on the Switch. Yeah, right. So we're working our ways through the G rank to arrive at the top monster of this game. And today we're gonna fight which monster, Cthulhu?
The Tigrex. And the boring translation for the quest is bounce, bounce, Tigrex.
No, it's
Where's,
really?
where's this Tigrex? Is it in the snow?
Probably not in the snow.
It looked like a normal area, like a non-snowy area.
Yeah. A virgin forest. So yes, we're fine.
Okay.
But the fun translation is following the path of treachery. It's from the researcher with poor complexion. I want to investigate the primitive skeleton of the shrine dragon in order to unravel the evolutionary history of the flying dragon Kaoshido. I cannot confront a fierce fellow with sickly one Kahito, which I think is Tigrex. Someone instead... Kahito, I wonder if they will hunt Gibo.
Gibo? I wonder if they'll hunt Gibo? What?
Okay. Okay.
I don't...
Did we forget about Gibo?
And the little Gibo, so easily forgotten.
But that's his battle strategy. He wants to be forgotten. That's
Yeah,
how he
he
sneaks
wants
up on you.
He's sneaky. He's sneaky. So, so I want to discuss something. I want to discuss the new Star Wars movie. No spoilers. I'm not going to go into any details of anything. But the internet, Cthulhu, the internet is divided, and so is the podcast.
Yes.
Cthulhu, you didn't like the new Star Wars.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just felt it was very weak. Filled with too much fluff. Like,
I think Episode 7 was so strong, even though 7 was basically a remake, that it would be hard, I think, to compete. Expectations were high.
My biggest problem with The Last Jedi is, and I'm probably going to experiment with this when it comes out, but I feel like there is a good 40 minutes of that movie you could cut out and not lose anything.
I think the same thing a lot of times, Cthulhu, when I'm watching movies. I'm like, did that need to be in there?
There are a lot of extraneous scenes in this movie, though. Like, and there's an entire subplot that doesn't even need to happen.
People say that, but I'm not so sure.
Finn's...
I know why you think so, but there's like a lot of things that happen in the subplot that are very important to the core message of the movie.
Well, so here's another part of this why I say that. Is the character of Finn was basically his conflict from the first movie is rehashed in this one completely. And that whole subplot with him that's done to...
I'm gonna die! Please, somebody do something! Thank you!
And his whole subplot of this movie...
No, we have to discuss Star Wars.
Could go away if they weren't trying to rehash the exact same thing that they hashed out with that character in the first movie.
Yeah, I mean that's a valid criticism. Something that I found very disappointing is let's not go into details. I don't want to discuss.
That's why I'm trying not to do any details. Right now. I mean,
you guys ready for this? Because I am.
What? Anime.
It's full anime. My combo's only halfway done. You ready for this? Oh yeah! That takes up literally the entire length of a trap. That one hunter art would have been full anime.
That's an amazing hunter art that you got there, Shepard.
It's 3 hunter arts combined into one. Sorry, I get very excited.
Yeah,
that would have been a better subplot for the new Star Wars movie.
Probably.
The anime. Well, that's funny that you say so. There's a lot of anime influence I feel in the new movie. A lot of the things that are happening seem very anime-like.
Well, I know what the kids are into. Anime, and, you know, anime stuff.
Yeah, it's good anime stuff. No, something that the movie reminded me of, and not necessarily because it is like it, but have you guys ever had the situations where you watched a movie as a kid and you really didn't like it, but then afterwards like over the years you realize that it's actually really, really good, and you were completely wrong about it?
Yeah, I mean, some movies, you know, have like adult dialogue, like not in the sense that it's bad language, but that it's like advanced concepts. And you're watching as a kid, you don't get it, right? You just think it's boring.
Yeah. So I felt that way about Empire Strikes Back. I used to watch a lot of the original Star Wars. That was kind of like my only Star Wars movie that I for a long time. Because, you know, I was in Poland and it was impossible to get to like watch Star Wars. There was just no way to watch Star Wars. But the first movie like ran on TV at once, and I recorded it on video, and I rewatched it over and over again, like religiously. And so I got really used to the first Star Wars, and then like years later, my friend like got hold of a copy of the second Star Wars, and we watched it together. And I heard some things, but I never believed them. Like I never believed that Luke was the son of Darth Vader. And my friend used, no, he's totally, and I was like, no, you're lying. You know, kids.
Yeah.
And so I was blown away when this happened, and I didn't want to believe. And I also, I hated that movie because so many things happened that to me betrayed what the first movie was about.
It was a lot more serious, a lot darker. Like it ends on a really bad note.
There is no ending. Like there is no Death Star trench run at the end, you know, where the good guys win over. It's just like just peters out, you know. It's like, oh, there's Luke. Okay, there we go. And then Luke loses a hand. And also, like, something that I found really, really infuriating is that Princess Leia and Han Solo were together. To me, Luke was the hero, so he should get the girl.
Luke does get a kiss, though, doesn't he? It's a little sweet.
Yeah, and so that's even more infuriating because they teased the possible relationship that I thought was the right relationship.
Let's be honest. As an adult, when you're looking at that you know that she's doing it just to make Han jealous.
No, absolutely. Look, as an adult, I love this movie. I think it's serious. But as a kid, I hated it. It seemed to be like a betrayal in so many ways. And another thing that I really hated was also...
Did you want Leia to give you a little smoke?
Of course. Everybody wasn't. And you were in love with Leia when you were a kid.
I mean, she's pretty cute.
She's super cute. And also, like, that's also the whole motivation for why Luke gets out of Tatooine. He watches her on the hologram from R2-D2, and he says like, "Oh, that's a beautiful girl," and that's why.
Just like his father, the only reason he wanted to leave was because of a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Sand is hard and it gets everywhere. I'm done with this.
And so I was like, okay, this is garbage. I hate this and I don't like it. And also the Yoda part. I mean, the Yoda part was Yoda was fun and everything, but it was so goofy, and it went for such a long time and nothing happened. Luke learned nothing there. He learned just what an idiot he was and how the Force was also way more specific. Suddenly it was like this magic, because before it was like this religion, you know. It's like, oh, use the Force, so it's like this mythical thing. But now it's like, okay, you can actually levitate rocks with this. So suddenly it's like
they weren't like really levitating rocks in the first one, were they?
They were. Luke was doing it like, well, in the first one he wasn't, but in the second one he was.
Well, in the first one, yeah. What's the most impressive thing they do with the Force?
Essentially blocking laser bolts.
No. In the first one he doesn't. They do that. Don't do that.
No, he uses the visor, right, and he blocks the little shots from the little robot thingy. Yeah. Is that in the first one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thought he was like just predicting where he would attack. He wouldn't.
Right. I mean, he wasn't using like mind bullets to like get rid of the Force. Yeah.
I think the most impressive one was this is not the robots you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the persuasion thing. Yeah.
That was an actual okay. Yeah, he actually went and get.
And,
But
and
even
in
then,
the
it's
dark
like
side, what was the most potent thing there?
Force choke.
yeah,
Force
force choke.
choke
Okay,
somewhere.
force choke was actually, but you know that's the dark side. You know, dark side. Obviously, you know he has to be like super powerful. And so like I know like when levitating rocks and even like a whole spaceship seemed to me like really crazy to me.
It would be great if like Yoda was having Luke do like training where he's just like fake force choking people. It's like you might need to do this someday.
Well, you know now everything's possible. Like,
You never know.
Just think about the adult industry that could go over well with.
oh man, it's probably already happening there. You don't you worry. Oh. So anyway, another thing that I also really hated was like the whole plot on this Sky City. What's the name again? Bespin. Yeah. So like it's such a creepy place, and you know like the tone is all over the place. Like because it seems like oh this is a nice place and it's his friend, but suddenly like C-3PO gets like destroyed by some weird trolls living somewhere. You're like, what is happening here? What is going on? What are they actually doing here? Why are they here? You know, they're just like, okay, you don't know where they actually want to go after they repair the Millennium Falcon.
Going for it. Going for the anime. Christian, you have to be brave.
Oh, do the anime! Oh my gosh.
Do anime!
Controllers are being thrown.
Trying to deal with some things while I was carding, and my controller fell.
Is it your life-consuming rage?
No.
Okay.
No. I bought the Hobbit trilogy on Blu-ray on sale recently, and it came with 2 digital redemption codes for the Battle of 5 Armies, but nothing for the other 2 movies.
What?
So I've been dealing with customer support at various places.
Oh no!
Trying
That
to get
wasn't
the other
supposed
2.
to happen.
And they're not even that. They're not even that kind of a good movie.
I enjoyed them. They're
okay.
not great movies.
No.
But
so anyway, so that's what it reminded me of. Like because I see the reactions and I understand that, but I feel like I had like these kinds of reactions to a lot of movies, and I wonder how the consensus about this movie will evolve over time now.
Well, there's definitely cases where like movies are awesome like on release.
Yeah.
And end up being maligned later.
Or yeah,
vice
do you
versa.
guys remember? Like, I think a good example of this is Avatar, where it's like it was like this amazing thing, but now it's like nobody cares really about it. It's really weird.
You could see a little Sigourney Weaver. She looks just like Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I will still watch probably Avatar 2 when it comes out, but it's like such a really consequential hype that happened. It just came and went.
They got little beautiful blue people.
Yeah, people going multiplies in the settings, and it's like nothing happened.
no.
There's a mean guy and a robot. Don't you hate the mean guy? We're doing mean things.
Oh man, those robots in Avatar they look so cheap. I mean, they were awesome, but also like I don't know, like such a huge cabin and tiny little legs around. It's goofy. By the way, speaking of new Cameron movies, have you guys seen the new trailer of Alita?
No.
Battle Angel Alita?
Oh God, I do not agree with the eyes.
Me neither. It's super creepy.
Chance.
Chansu. Are you
People
aware?
wanted to know if Tigrex could still get stuck, and the answer is fear my anime.
Oh my gosh, you defeated it by yourself.
No.
Are you aware of Battle Angel Alita, Shepard? Have you?
I was. You guys were sending me your power.
Yes.
Is what happened.
Yes, we remotely. Cthulhu, I hope you know where you're going.
I don't.
Oh gosh.
Guys, I mean, he was right.
You're the Wyvern
I
born.
mean, I don't say anything, but he was like, it was right there. I mean, he just went over one zone.
Jesus Christ. Cthulhu, what the fudge? Where are you going to? No. Why?
What you got? Hey, I'm a swamp monster. Come be a swamp monster with me.
I want my cars.
You see me? Look
Yep.
at me, a swamp monster with me, Christian. You're poisoned.
Revon League is concerned about Star Wars spoilers. We haven't said any single thing about Star Wars spoilers.
We've spoiled the original trilogy.
Yeah, we spoiled The Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
It's still a good movie. It's still I'm not upset that I saw it. It's just I think it could have been a better movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. Like, I'm gonna go to see it with my friends together. I'm gonna discuss a little bit. I don't know. It's.
I mean, the challenge with movies, a lot of times now, is especially the ones with the really big budgets, is like it's half. They need to take risks in order to be viewed critically well, but at the same time, they have to please like literally hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah.
And so they can't make it. They can't take too many risks because then people are like, I don't get it.
Yeah, but also I think, like,
understand.
especially with Star Wars, I think we're at a certain point with Star Wars where there's just this movie has so many wishes and so many emotions and identities of people attached to it. I feel like because there was also a huge backlash on the seventh movie.
What's a midichlorian?
Yeah, so
there wasn't a backlash on the seventh. On the Rogue One there was.
People hated The Force Awakens. A lot of people hated.
Oh,
I
thought that was nice and charming. Yeah,
it's you know, it's divided. Some people hate it, and it's the same thing now, possibly even more. So I'm wondering if we are at a moment where Star Wars is just such a big thing that it kind of like outgrows itself to some extent, where there's no way to live up to the expectations that people have towards Star Wars.
Feels bad, man.
It's bad. For what it's worth, I really enjoyed the new movie. I think it's easily one of the best movies to me. And I understand the criticisms, but I'm not gonna. We'd have to discuss detailed spoilers to get into that stuff, and we're gonna give you guys your own. A little bit time to figure out your own opinion out. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to the next episode. I hope you join us next time around. Good luck and good hunt, and may the Force be with you. The garbage cat.
May the garbage flow within you.
Oh, that's such a good garbage cat impersonation.
Alright, stop it.
This episode was brought to you by Squatty Potty. Pottify your loading times.